Hi and welcome back. My name is Kayleena and today I am going to tell you my story of me having the MTHFR gene mutation. So welcome back, you guys. I hope everyone had a wonderful day and a wonderful week, wonderful weekend, whatever it is. I just hope it's a wonderful time. So, revamping my channel. I know all that and everything else like that. So if you're joining me today and you're wondering what in the world's going on, I was genetically tested to find out why I kept losing so many babies. Come to find out, I actually have the MTHFR gene mutation. I have the I'll have it right here. So I am going to tell you guys about, basically I'm going to tell you about my journey. I'm going to tell you about how I tested positive, how I found out I even have it, and everything else like that. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and take care of semantics. Before we get into it, let's go ahead and take care of semantics. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and a little bell for all for notifications. If you like content like this, then please head on over to my Facebook group and my Instagram. Everything will be linked down below. If you're wondering why in the tarnation am I always looking down, it's because I have 3 wonderful boys. My oldest one is 8, my middle is 5, and my youngest is 2 years old. Yeah, 2 years old. We have some medical issues, some special needs going on, so I like to do everything during nap time. I am sorry, I'm a wee bit nervous. If you want to contact me personally, my email will be linked down below as well. Now, like I said, I have been diagnosed with this genetic defect for 9 years. 9 years. And I'm not hitting blame, I'm not doing anything, but I will explain everything that I went through, how I found out I ended up having this, and now what we're going through right now, how it is affecting not only myself, but now having all the information that I have now in my own grasp, how it is actually affecting my children and how it is actually affecting my husband and possibly the rest of my family. 9 years ago, I got pregnant with my eldest son, the Cuteness. We call him the Cuteness. And he has a lot of disorders, rare disorders, everything else like that. Even a couple of neurological that affects to the point where he has seizures. All of my children have autism. One is diagnosed with ADHD. The other one, I truly believe, has ADHD. I have been diagnosed with autism myself, and I truly believe I have ADHD as well, but I'm going in for testing. So 9 years ago, I got pregnant, and I told them, I was like, look, I've lost so many babies, like I cannot even tell you how many. It's out of control of how many I've actually lost. And I was being as blunt and as honest as possible because I felt like that was the best option for me. When I did that, it scared them. And now I understand why. Because the risk of me losing this one was so high and so great. They basically subscribed me to a very well-known doctor to be my pregnancy doctor, and I absolutely loved her. She was the best. I'll call her Dr. D. Dr. D was the best. She was very down to earth, blunt. With me and her, there was no personality. We didn't mesh in that way. But when I went in, I actually had to have blood drawn, and I mean, like, they were laying out vials of blood, and I mean, like, the big ones, little ones, like all kind. I mean, the whole tray was filled with just vials. I'm like, you need all of that for me? And yeah, so she tested me for any and everything that you can imagine. They did my history. They looked at everything. They were just like, what is going on? And I mean, this was the first time a doctor actually took the time for the very first time to look into my genetics, my history, me, my husband, everything. And actually took the time to talk to me about it. So because of that, that's when I come to find out that I have the double genetic defect of the C1. Like I said, I don't have it here. I even have it here just to make sure I'm saying all the letters correct and everything else like that. So at that time, 9 years ago, we're hitting probably about 10 years ago, almost, in August. Because think about it, you're pregnant for like 9 months, so nearly a year. I'm sorry, my eldest is waking up. I'll be right back. Okay, so they were like, okay, well, you have the mutation. I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? What does it mean? What is it? They're like, well, this is the reason why you most likely lost all your ring ones and everything else like that. And I was like, okay, why? They're like, well, we really don't know. The only thing we do know is that you need to take the 4 times the amount of folic acid. Plus, you have to make sure that folic acid is in your prenatal and is high, and you need to be on baby aspirin. That's it. I'm like, okay. And then I get to keep my baby? Yeah. That's it. You're good. I'm like, okay. And so no fault to the doctor, no fault to the nurses. Even today in 2022, there's still a lot of research that really needs to be done on this genetic defect that's not done and is not known about. And even I've experienced it firsthand, going to a doctor, trying to explain to her how things affect me. And she even supposedly has a best friend that says exactly the same thing as me. And yet she literally says she don't believe us. And yeah, that's just with my first doctor, and I'm already noticing this. But so I did what the doctor told me to do. It ended up being a very, very difficult pregnancy. Extremely difficult. I was so high risk. I almost lost him I don't know how many times. I was actually put on complete bed rest. The only thing I was allowed to do was go to the bathroom, and that was it. She even told me, she was like, if I can even stop you from doing that, I could, but I can't. I was like, whoo. Yeah, it was that severe. It was that high risk of a pregnancy that I almost lost my eldest. So I did the same thing with my second one. Did the same. I actually, because I knew about it, because I knew that it actually can cause spina bifida, it can cause like a whole lot of issues because it deals with the main branch of the development of the baby. So basically when the baby's born, the baby's kind of like round and flat with cells. I might pop up a photo. When they get to a certain age, gestation, it basically flattens and it folds. And when it folds, that's when the baby kind of like curves over like so, and that becomes their spine. And then that's what it affects. It affects the spinal cord, it affects the brain, it affects everything that's connected to that. So it can even affect the nervous system. It affects so much. And I had no idea that folic acid can do that. I might actually put up like a list of things that it can actually affect. I was like, okay, I will pre-prep my body, and for like 2 months I will completely like and flood my body with all the vitamins and nutrients and eat right and start increasing my folic acid and all of that, just to make sure the babies are okay, there's nothing wrong with them. I even blamed myself for not knowing or not being more prepared for my eldest, because I thought it was my fault why he is the way he is. But I know it's not my fault I'm just being a mommy, attacking another mommy because my mommy instincts want to protect my baby. So I'll start having a list right here. Sorry, I am cotton mouth. I have a list right here or over here. Either side, you know what? I'll just scoot over so I can make sure I have plenty of room. So this is everything light, or this is not everything. This is like a very small, what is it, like a chip off of the iceberg type of symptoms that can come along with having this gene mutation. I have to look at the MTHFR. That is just with one defect. You double that defect and it increases. So like I said, I'm giving a little bit of information, not too much, because my next video I will explain more in depth of what it is and how going across the symptoms and cross coordinate them with me. But basically, all in all, my whole life I've been able to, like, I can sleep 12 hours and still be purely exhausted. That's because of this. I gain weight and I can't seem to lose it. I have zero energy. I have mood swings. My hormones are imbalanced. I mean, it is just a host of things that it actually affects. But I thought nothing of it. Could not find for the life of me for many, many years. So after my eldest was first born and everything, I knew I had it, just didn't know what it was called. And told the doctors, and they were like, okay, well, you might need to find out. I thought nothing of it. It wasn't until just recently I went to go see that same doctor that was like, basically, you're lying. She was like, well, before you come back, I need you to find out exactly what it was called. What was that gene mutation? Find it for me. Pull the records. Scour through it. We need to know. It's like, okay, I guess I will. I got plenty of time. I'll do it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Don't worry about it. And that same exact day, I went onto the website. They revamped the whole entire thing. Thank goodness I was able to find it that exact day. And I mean, I went into a full-blown rabbit hole. Full-blown rabbit hole. To the point where the end of that day, I was bawling. I was crying so hard because I was able to relate to so much of what was going on. I no longer felt like an alien. I no longer felt like sitting here going, what is wrong with me? Why can I not do this? Or depression. Oh my God. Constant depression for the rest of my life. For my whole entire life, I've had depression. I mean, chronic depression. I have had so many health issues, so many mental health issues, like all kinds of stuff and everything. I was just like, and then come to find out, a gene mutation. So now you understand. This has just like been like 2 months ago. 2 months ago, come to find out what it is folic acid is poison to my body. Straight up poison to my body. And I have to eliminate any and every type of folic acid. It goes into my body, on my body, around my body. I need folate acid, the already formulated, broken down form of it, or I need to have it naturally. It's the only way my body is allowed to have it. If my body ingests folic acid, the synthetic form of it, because it's considered as toxic and poison to my body, it builds up and it causes a host of problems. Cancers, migraines, lumps, fatigue. And I mean, I'm not saying fatigue as in like oh, I'm just a little bit tired, just let me sleep a little bit. I'm talking about full blown sitting at the table, passing out, and my head's hitting the table type of fatigue. Seizures, all kinds of stuff. There's a long list of what it can cause. So what it is my body, someone that has this, how can I explain? Because I have a hard time taking in the folate acid. Folic acid breaks down, when your body breaks it down, turns it into vitamin Bs. All vitamin Bs, like every type of vitamin B you can think of. And if you don't have vitamin B, that's a host of problems as well. That makes, think about it, vitamin B12, what is that for? Energy. It also helps regenerate your DNA. It helps regenerate your skin. It fights off diseases, cancers. I mean, it is just leaky gut syndrome. It just keeps going and going and go. Yeah, like, because of this, my body cannot detox. So my body has a much harder time, or to the point where it cannot naturally detox at all. That's a key point right there, that my body cannot naturally detox. I have to put things into my body or eat in certain ways to help promote the detox or force the detox to happen. So I have started changing my whole entire diet. Eating a salad that is made of spinach, egg, homemade ranch, carrots, certain seeds I have. That salad itself will fill me up and give me, and I'll even put chicken in there too, because it will give me certain vitamins and nutrients and everything from the chicken. Will give me so much energy. I feel like myself. I can actually go through the house. I feel like a normal 35-year-old woman that is able to do all the things a normal 35-year-old woman is able to do. Healthy 35-year-old woman. But I do not eat that at least 2 to 3 times a week. I start getting sluggish and tired and exhausted. It's not funny. So I've learned that about me. I actually went to the doctor going, I don't know what is wrong with me, but I keep feeling like there's a film or something in the back of my throat. I can't seem to get rid of it. I'm always and trying to get it off of my back of my throat. I'm always coughing, hacking. I feel like I'm about to, because it's back there and I can't seem to like get rid of it no matter what I do. And she's like, well, she was thinking it was silent acid. It's like, okay, makes sense. So she prescribed me antacid. She prescribed me allergy medicine, all that. I was going to pick it up. But I think it was like the very next day, and I messed up. Like, I used filtered water and I drank it. And then I put faucet water in. And it was like all day did not have this issue. It disappeared. And I was like, okay, I guess it was allergies and whatever I ate, it's fixing it, whatever. And I drank the faucet water and it was like 2 gulps. And it came back like that. I was like, what the? And I put the drink over to the side. I'm like, don't tell me it's the water. And I put it over to the side and I made a new cup, the filtered water with nothing in it. Completely went away. I tried it the very next day, came back again. I was like, oh my goodness. So I even did research and come to find out that faucet water has a lot of things in it that can cause you to be depressed, because people are dumping their medication down the toilet. They can't fully 100% filter out everything. So not only are you getting the medication from everybody, but you're also getting the pesticides from people putting pesticides into the ground. It leaks down, goes into the water. I mean, just like all kinds of stuff. Their level of all kinds, like zinc and all of, or not zinc, but can't think about it. Minerals and poisons and radiation, all kinds of stuff. And I also told my husband, I'm like, please tell me, am I going crazy or is this real? He was like, no, it's real. I'm like, uh-oh. So I switched over, and I think it was like 3 days later, and my chronic depression disappeared. I'm not joking. I mean, like, straight up disappeared. I'm sitting on the couch, and I just look over at my dog, my 17-year-old dog, and I saw her immediately in a new light. I'm just like, Mary Jane? It was a miracle. I'm calling it a miracle. I saw her in a new light. I saw colors, like all of a sudden, just colors be more vibrant, gorgeous. My children, I saw them in a way I've never seen them before. My husband, I've seen him in a way I've never seen him before. I have been so happy, even going through my menstruation and everything else like that. I am now seeing life in a way I've never seen life before. I am truly happy, and I have never been truly happy. I have never just randomly looked at things going, that is absolutely gorgeous, or that is absolutely beautiful, or see the beauty or the love from things I've never seen before. And come to find out, I came out of my own depression because I eliminated folic acid. I eliminated the whatever medications, whatever what was in water. I'm eating all healthy, 100% organic food. I'm finally starting to detox and get rid of everything up out of my body. I dropped 15 pounds in a month. I think it was about a month or a little under a month. I dropped 15 pounds. I'm in a plateau right now, but that's fine. Don't bother me a bit. I'm just happy about where I'm at right now. Love myself for who I am. In my other channel, I had people sitting there commenting, you're so much happier. You have so much more energy than you used to have. And I mean, I'm a happy person. Like I said, this is going to be a long explanation of my story, but it's a precursor to explain to you guys of anything else like that. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them into the comments down below, or head on over to my Facebook group and ask over there. But yeah, I've been making a whole lot of changes, and I'll go in more detail into other videos as well. But then I just had my eldest son tested, just out of hints, curiosity, gut feeling, and come to find out he has a double mutation as well. So because he has a double mutation as well, all of my boys have a double mutation. So my son has a T and a C. That means no ifs, ands, or buts. All of my children will have it. So because of that, we're already starting to go down a path of eliminating soy, or we've already started eliminating soy because we thought that they might have had FPIEs. Anyways, I'll go into another video on that one. More in depth for my children and everything else like that. But we're already starting to eliminate gluten. Today's actually our first day of eliminating gluten for them. And probably talking to my dietitian today, she might tell me to go ahead and try gluten to see if I might be allergic to it without even realizing, or intolerant towards it without even knowing. So I will keep all of you guys updated, but I hope that this is well detailed so you guys can understand my story of what I've been going through, so you guys can understand what I'm about to start putting out. But again, like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free. In no way, shape, or form am I a professional. I am just a human being finding out about this and doing her own research. And I expect any other person, when they find out that they have something, that they should do it as well and advocate for themselves and their children as well. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and until next time, blessed be.